a company that has more partnerships in and out of tech than just about any business in the world. On day 2 of our trip to the West Coast, we went from booth to booth at the most exciting trade show on earth. And I marveled at what the non-tech companies are doing with NVIDIA's accelerated computing and generative AI technology. I think the non-tech partners could represent the best opportunities because they fly under the radar compared to the mega-cap techs that we're always hearing about and talking about. So on a day when the Dow rallied 320 points, S&P gained 0.56%, and the Nasdaq advanced 0.39%, let me explain the unsung heroes of the GTC conference. If you look at the customer list for NVIDIA's new Blackwell chip, which can cost as much as 40 Gs, you see the familiar names in Meta, Supermicro, Microsoft, Google, Oracle, Tesla. We're talking to Synopsys tonight, big name in electronic design automation software. Great stock. Then you also see outfits like L'Oreal, Capital One, BMW, PayPal, Pinterest, Ford Motor, Medtronic, Rockwell Automation, not to mention Johnson & Johnson, Getty Images, and Shutterstock. Hey, let's break some of these down because they explain the reach that NVIDIA has. And they can point us to who's getting it right with Jensen, which matters because if you don't get it right, I think your business falls behind. Sell. We'll start with the last two that I mentioned, Getty Images and Shutterstock. Now, they got mentioned multiple times because they have the images that can be fed into this new Blackwell chip to teach it to recognize things. Now, I haven't been a fan of Getty because it came public via a SPAC deal. And the vast majority of those were garbage, with only a few exceptions, like Vertiv or DraftKings. Getty's had stagnant revenues for the last 3 years, and the stock has been a real bow wow. But it's time to crack open the books on this one, because on its recent conference call, management talked about its partnership, yes, with NVIDIA, and how they'll be, and I quote, releasing a newly trained model soon, and we will also enable AI capabilities across our entire pre-shot creative library, end quote. They're also launching video partnership with NVIDIA. Hey, that's precisely what Jensen Huang's been talking about. Video, pictures could breathe some new life into Getty. Same deal with Shutterstock. Similar business, flat revenues, but now they're working with NVIDIA. I think both these companies need to be reassessed simply by virtue of them being spoken about positively in relation to generative artificial intelligence learning in this room. Getty's pure speculation. Shutterstock could prove to be a real investment if that Blackwell business is big enough. I saw from Jensen's keynote that a German company, Siemens, is the most progressive company when it comes to building digital twin factories for its clients. That's the process of simulating a factory right down to the floor to get it right before you build anything, eliminating waste, and things that just don't work well. Again, worth looking into. It's the medical device companies, though, that I find most intriguing as investments. Take Medtronic, a company that I spoke highly of after hearing from them speaking at the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference back in San Francisco in January. And a little notice release a year ago. NVIDIA announced that it's beginning to collaborate with Medtronic to bring out AI-based solutions for patient care. Specifically, they're working with NVIDIA to develop a smarter, more effective colonoscopy module. NVIDIA is like a colonoscopy co-pilot, helping to reduce the rate of missed polyps, avoiding cancer. Then there's migraine. As someone who, before treatment, averaged 26 migraine a month, let me tell you, it's enough to propel me to be the chief spokesperson for the Migraine Foundation of America. I want to know what Medtronic's doing in neuromodulation. Tinkering with the brain is tough enough. Maybe NVIDIA can help them and help the American Migraine Foundation get the breakthroughs that we're all looking for. I sure hope so.
The landscape of high-growth artificial intelligence is experiencing a seismic shift, with NVIDIA emerging as a leading force at the forefront of this transformation. Well known for its pioneering developments in graphics processing units, NVIDIA's cutting-edge technology is now integral to critical AI tasks, such as model training and inferencing, rendering it an indispensable player in the AI sector. Over the past 5 years, the company's stock has experienced a meteoric rise, appreciating by a staggering 2,400%, buoyed by sustained triple-digit earnings growth. This phenomenal growth trajectory, however, is not without its challenges. A significant looming risk stems from major customers like Alphabet, Meta Platforms, and Amazon, which are in the process of developing their own chip technologies. This development could potentially undermine NVIDIA's market dominance by providing alternative solutions to these tech giants. Nevertheless, In a recent development, reassuring comments from Alphabet's CEO, Sundar Pichai, suggest that Nvidia's market position remains secure for the time being, offering a sigh of relief to its investors. Therefore, a deeper exploration of these dynamics is warranted to comprehend the intricacies of Nvidia's position in the AI realm. Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
How does this speak to what's working and what's not, what's overhyped, and what actually is going to deliver on the promise?
Well, great question. We look at Nvidia, for example, right? We saw the earnings yesterday. How long can they sustain such monster, kind of quarters? And what I would say is, if we want to see that kind of sustaining blowout quarters, quarter after quarter for the next 2-3 years, what we're going to have to see is a shift just from the demand being consumer side. Right now, we're seeing most of the demand paying $20 a month using OpenAI. That's a good initial start for AI. But that's not going to sustain Nvidia going to 5, 6, 7 trillion in market cap. What do we need to see that? We need to see different sovereign entities, that is, different countries wanting to build their own data centers. Jensen mentioned this in his earnings. He knows that's one of the critical things. Number two, we need to see really big business actually using AI, not just consumers. We haven't seen that shift yet.
Nvidia possesses a formidable 80% market share in the AI chip domain, effectively positioning it as a titan within this rapidly burgeoning sector. Its GPUs consistently outperform those of its competitors, largely due to the company's unwavering commitment to annual innovation. The latest milestone in Nvidia's journey is the highly successful launch of the H200 chip, which saw an unprecedented sales surge, marking the company's fastest production ramp to date. This state-of-the-art GPU boasts a remarkable twofold increase in inference performance over its predecessor, as well as a 50% reduction in total cost of ownership for clients, exemplifying NVIDIA's dedication to advancing cutting-edge technology. Furthermore, the anticipation surrounding the forthcoming Blackwell architecture and chip, already in staggering demand, reinforces NVIDIA's unwavering leadership in the sector. Despite these technological breakthroughs, concerns regarding future reliance on NVIDIA's products have surfaced, as tech giants like Alphabet and Meta explore the development of in-house solutions. Alphabet, for instance, is continually refining its Trillium chip, now in its 6th generation, highlighting the complexities inherent in chip technology innovation. A lighthearted stock market joke reflects this industry unease. Why did the tech giant make its own chips? Because when you've got your chip, you can let your portfolio dip. Nevertheless, innovation in chip technology remains a formidable challenge, underscoring NVIDIA's pivotal role in the existing ecosystem. But before we go any further, if you want to keep up with NVIDIA's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates.
I was going to say, that's why Jensen's trip to Japan was so interesting, right? I mean, he's been talking about sovereigns for a long time. Yeah. But this was a real step to say we're not just about these 4 hyperscalers.
Right. And let's look at the Gulf region. So you're going to see a lot
exactly
in the Gulf.
Where I was going with you. Because we have restrictions in place, and those need to be lifted potentially.
Right. We just came back from Riyadh, just came back from Abu Dhabi, just landed a few days ago. And what we're seeing is Riyadh made a big announcement with Google as an example. They're contracting to use many more TPUs from Google, but also GPUs from Nvidia, right? They want to have as many as possible. You're going to see the Emirates make more and more announcements there as well. But we also need to see the largest global 1,000 companies really shift into AI, again, not just on customer service, but product development. And that means quantitative AI, not language AI. AI that knows biology, knows how to make a new drug, like Sanofi, and other kind of companies using AI now to make actual new product. That's what we haven't seen in big numbers yet.
In a reassuring move, Sundar Pichai's recent statement provided a measure of solace as he emphasized a comprehensive solution set that incorporates leading AI accelerators. This sentiment suggests that NVIDIA's GPUs are likely to remain integral to Google Cloud's diverse offerings. Similarly, Amazon's AWS division offers in-house GPUs tailored for budget-conscious clients while retaining NVIDIA's solutions for premium needs, further emphasizing the high standards set by NVIDIA within GPU technology. The general AI market is projected to experience exponential growth, expanding from $200 billion today to an estimated $1 trillion by the end of the decade. This expanding market space allows room for multiple players to thrive. Nevertheless, NVIDIA's innovative edge, along with the supportive remarks from Alphabet, should instill confidence in investors regarding its enduring market strength. Meta's sustained investments in GPT further illustrate its ongoing reliance on top-tier GPUs, reinforcing Nvidia's position at the forefront of the AI race. Collectively, these unfolding narratives suggest an optimistic future for Nvidia in a competitive and evolving market. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
Although maybe this is that conversation right now. So it's partially because I think we've priced in so much good news that you had a day after the day after on Nvidia. In other words, stock finally did give up a little bit of ground.
Nvidia was down today, right? Yeah, it didn't. There it is.
But I, as we argued even yesterday, and I think even the 3.4% move today is something that, all things considered, the zoom into those numbers, the fact that I think they kind of downshifted successfully in terms of the guide. But software is moving because it is really seen as the next reverberation out. You throw a pebble in the water, guy, what happens?
You get ripple effect.
Okay, you get ripple effect, and that's really what I think is happening. No, but I mean,
then the ripples go away.
The ripples go away eventually, and I think at some point what we've seen other times is software has actually followed semis, and I think that's happened again. I think software, ton of upgrades this week, but we heard it from everybody, from Snowflake, even Datadog, who I think 6% of their ARR is actually an AI customer base, yet that base tripled in the last year. That's the kind of thing you do in software, and none of these valuations make sense. And we've talked about this with Palantir. I think it was 38 times forward sales, which is absurd. But the argument here is that if you're playing AI, you're playing it through the enablers, and software platforms have different ways to do it. And frankly, that's the way a lot of the consumers are reaching out, but more importantly, enterprise is happening right now. And I think it continues.
Nvidia's robustness and attractiveness as an investment prospect are apparent, thanks to its blend of consistent growth and market dominance. Despite initial apprehensions surrounding potential customer turnover, recent insights from Sundar Pichai have bolstered Nvidia's standing within the AI industry. The company's ability to maintain leadership in a burgeoning market has fortuitously reinforced investor confidence, further solidified by its compelling long-term value proposition. Projections for Nvidia's share price trajectory remain highly favorable, buoyed by its history of substantial growth. With the general AI market potentially climbing to a valuation of $1 trillion by the decade's conclusion, Nvidia's contributions and influence are poised to continue expanding. For investors contemplating an investment in Nvidia, the company presents a formidable choice, offering a balance between groundbreaking innovation and stability. What are your thoughts on the future trajectory of Nvidia? Can its rivals narrow the existing gap, or will Nvidia's pioneering legacy persist in the ever-evolving AI landscape? Share your insights and join the conversation as the AI sector continues its rapid transformation. And finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.